Hey, and welcome to today's lesson. Bit of a theory dive today. Now, for me, the whole point of music theory is to help us more readily understand the music we're playing, and it's to help us create musical ideas. So a theory lesson today, but I try and make it as practical as possible, and it's all about making connections. We are talking about relatives, so the relative major and the relative minor, how that relationship works and how you can exploit it in your playing and understanding of music. Basics first. First off, what does relative mean, the term? It's all about the connection between a major key and a minor key. Now those two keys share the same notes and have the same key signature. Take the G major scale, you see at the start of the music there's one sharp in the key signature. That's F sharp, so this scale has one sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, and it resolves to that note G. So journey to get to G, and back. How do we find the relative minor? Find the sixth note of our major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is an E. We can use the same note, so G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, but from an E, and it will give us the E minor scale. I might do it from this E here. Same notes, same key signature, one sharp, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. So G major, E minor, same set of notes, but E is the important note in E minor and G is the important note in G. E minor is the relative minor of G major, so it's its closely related minor key. And every major key will have a relative minor. The circle of fifths is an easy reference for this. Check this diagram on the screen. The outer circle is the major keys, and then on the inner circle you've got the relative minor. So just pick one at random. D major on the outer circle, the relative minor of that is B minor, you see on the inside. Now there's two parts to this relationship, this connection. So E minor is the relative minor of G major, and then you can call G major the relative major of E minor. So it's a reciprocal relationship. It just works the other way around. Every major key has a minor key we compare it with, and every minor key has a major key we compare it with. We can work out the relative major from a minor scale simply by finding the third note. So E, F sharp, G. And then I can play the notes of E minor from G, and it gives me the G major scale. Going back to the circle of fifths, we can work out our relative majors very easily. Let's pick a minor key at random. So if we picked, let's go F sharp minor, on the outer circle, its relative major is A major. So A major is the relative major of F sharp minor. F sharp minor is the relative minor of A major. Now, a really good question to have at this point is, well, why are they different then? If they're the same set of notes, how and why are they different? Why don't we just call it either just G major or E minor? Let's think about it chordally first, just using basic chords. Here's two chord progressions, both using the same chords, but one's clearly got a minor feel, one's clearly got a major feel. So here's a G major bass progression. You hear it resolves on that G, it's got quite a nice bright feeling. Same chords, but I'm going to put E minor as the important chord. Very different feel, same chords. It's obviously that that's the important chord this time, E minor rather than G in the first one. It's all about feeling that first and last chord there as the home chord, the important chord to resolve to. So the G major scale, the E minor scale both contain the same notes. They're different because they actually have different intervals. This creates a different sound and a different feel. It's all in the intervals or the distance between the notes. If we put the scales on a single string, it's easier to see. So here's G on the G string. And you can see and maybe hear the distances a bit more when you play it like this. So the distance is here, and I've written it on the PDF. G to A is a tone, A to B is a tone, B to C is a semitone, C to D is a tone, D to E is a tone, E to F sharp is a tone, and then F sharp to G is a semitone, and that's the formula for a major scale. You do that from any note and you'll get the major scale for that particular note. Here's an E minor scale, let's play it on the E string. Same notes, but the intervals are different because we're starting at a different point within the sequence. So this time we're going a tone from E to F sharp, semitone to G, from F sharp, tone to A from G, A to B, tone, B to C, semitone, C to D, tone, D to E, tone. And I think it's really obvious if you just play the first 3 notes of the scale. So here's G major, G A B, which is tone tone. It's like 3 blind mice. And here's E minor, which goes tone semitone. Start of the Terminator theme. Anyway, you can hear the difference there, and it's that semitone interval on the minor which makes a big difference. The G major scale sounds quite, happy, like nursery rhyme like. And there you go, that minor scale has that slightly sort of different edge to it. This also relates to pentatonic scales, so E minor pentatonic, E, G, A, B, D, E. Same set of notes as G major pentatonic, which will be G, A, B, D, E, G. And G major pentatonic might play it elsewhere. It's a famous song there. And then E minor. Same notes again. Has a different feel. Where the intervals for, where the semitones and tones are, differ in the 2 scales, albeit we've got the same notes. And again, it's that note you resolve to that makes it different. If you're playing an E minor based thing, you resolve to E. If you're in G major, you resolve into G. On to some practical uses for this information. If you're trying to work out the chords to a song, it's possible to confuse these 2 major and minor chords, so you might confuse a G or an E minor because they're quite similar in notes. Compare the following chords. So if we compare some chords of these relatives, so if we compared E minor to G, so we've got an E minor triad here, so that's E, G, B, and then a G major triad, G, B, D. So if you see there's 2 notes which are the same. Now they've both got G and B in them. And then E minor 7, E, G, B, D, G major 6, G, B, D, E. So the same set of notes. E minor 9, I haven't got a 5th in this voicing, but E minor 9, E, G, B, D, F sharp. G major 9, which is a beautiful chord. Again, I haven't got a 5th in this chord. G, B, D, F sharp, A. There's a lot of overlap, a lot of shared notes there. The note the bass player uses might determine whether you call it G or an E minor bass chord. They have the last say. For me, the application is as simple as this. If you're playing over a G major chord, you could use E minor 7 or E minor based arpeggios or even scales. So you could use your E minor pentatonic or your full E minor scale. Remember, it's a reciprocal thing, so vice versa too. If we were playing over an E minor chord, you can use G-based arpeggios or G major scale. This might be helpful because maybe you know E minor pentatonic better than you know your G major scale, for instance. On a very simple, let's take this E minor chord. So here's the sound of an E minor chord, and if I just play an E minor arpeggio of it, or just the triad, sorry, so E, G, B, it's fine, it's vanilla, it does what it says. It says E minor, but it's a bit predictable and it's the obvious choice. Let's go with the relative. Let's try G major against it. So we're going to go G, B, D. So that's got no E in it. So it's missing the root. Compared to just playing an E minor and then G. And what if I did G major 7? Sounds really beautiful. So that hasn't got an E in it. And then what about G major 7 sharp 11? Bit more interesting. G major 9. Really like that. That sounds beautiful. Yeah, the bass note of our chord's E. Now let's flip this the other way around. Here's a G chord. Flip it the other way. Got a G major triad sound going on there. Here's a G major arpeggio, a G triad, sorry, against it. Here's E minor. E minor 7. E minor add 9. Nice. E minor 11. Did a little there. So as you can hear there, those is G against it. If I just play G arpeggios. Let's do that E minor 11. Or the E minor add 9. just getting some sounds that you wouldn't get just from using G major over it. And the benefit of this takes us away from starting on the root of the chord. A lot of people develop with arpeggios is what we call root bias, where, you know, here comes a G chord, all better start on a G, and that obviously gets boring. The root's quite a dull interval as well. So these are essentially arpeggio substitutions, but they're very closely related substitutions. If you have a lick that you use over a G chord, or a G major 7, or an E minor 7 for that, try it over the relative of that, and you've just doubled your uses of that idea. So with everything we've talked about today, for me, the important thing first and foremost to get a handle on is which keys are related. The circle of fifths can help with this, and you'll find really most experienced players just know this. They just know their relatives. It's just something that, again, sits behind in the background for, you know, experienced musicians. I would also say it's a very useful thing to understand how songs move around. Often, like, a song will start in a major key and then move to the relative minor, or vice versa. And I've made a video on that topic that if you want to dive a bit deeper with this sort of area of study, then I'll put that up on the screen. If you've got any questions, any comments on today's lesson, any other insights that you might have that you want to share with other viewers, then definitely leave them below. Join me every Wednesday and Saturday for jazz guitar lessons. Thank you so much for watching. You take care, and I'll see you next time.